So we're ever closer. We're another day closer to the thing that we've all been waiting for. And we're 265 days into President Trump's presidency. And let's see who's in the chat. Who's in? Let's see. You're going to come flooding in a second. Who's there? Here we go. Or are they squashing this? Let's see. Are they squashing it? Or are they going to let this fly? They might be squashing it. Hopefully not. Let's see. Let's wait a few moments to see who comes in. Okay. We're seeing some live people are coming in. Hey, Martin. Do another tweet, Martin, of your of what you got in the week. Just show it, say how good it is, and I'll retweet it for you. So I wanted to acknowledge that you've done it earlier, but do one where I got the joke. So just retake the picture and tell us how good it is, and I'll retweet it for you. Hey, folks, here we go. People are coming in now. That's good. I hadn't actually, Josh. I did notice, though, number 79. She was age 79. 79 is Ukraine. 79 is murder. 79 is Woking. And so, yeah, that's an interesting one. Hey, folks. Mama Jody. So, like I was saying, we're 265 days in. 265 in numbers comes to October 26th, which is the first day of time travel in the Back to the Future films. And Back to the Future is actually getting re-released on October 31st, which is Halloween. And so maybe, because October 31st is not a featured date in the Back to the Future trilogy. Hey, from Texas. Where in Texas are you, Rich? Where in Texas? Tell us. Minnesota. Hey. Hey, numbers. There you go, Kathleen, Darlene. So maybe we'll see something between now and that date. Dallas, okay, cool. Dallas, Texas. JFK, X marks the spot. Houston, Norfolk. There you go. So, yeah, Back to the Future. Maybe we'll see something before then. It's days away, folks. I personally feel it's days away. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I do know an event that's going to trigger all of this. Oh, that's a nice one. Signature. There might be many events. I think there will be ricochet events, but I do know one in particular that has been forecast and is in all the things I've been talking about for the last few years, really, since this all began, but particularly in the last few months and weeks. Something is really close. And beautiful, I was going to say Diana, maybe slip of the tongue, but Melania did the comms, which I'm sure you've seen. So she wore the same outfit that she wore next to President Trump 8 years ago when he announced the storm in front of the press. What storm, Mr. President? Oh, you'll find out. So she's telling us that it's imminent. The things that I thought and the things we were hoping for November 5th last year, we were just a bit early. It still hadn't happened yet. Like to quote Tenet, it hasn't happened yet, but it's about to. It's about to. And yeah, there might be some things announced this week that point more to what's coming. And if I see some things that clarify publicly what is about to come, then I might comment. Well, I think it will give me the go-ahead to comment more on it. But right now, as with all the Q posts, so the Q posts are all done the way they're done, but then once the event's taken place, all of us Anons are able to pinpoint and say, oh look, there's another Q proof. So I'm doing my best to share all the info that you need, hey Stephen, without blowing the game. And I want it to happen. I don't want anything to be pushed down further down the line. I think they've got multiple options. That's the thing I've seen with this. Hey Diane. Hey from South Africa. So I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But it's there in plain sight for us if you want to see it. And like I said, there could be many of these events that will be the Black Swan. But definitely one in particular I can see very clearly from numerous sources, and they all dovetail perfectly into one great event. There's the miracle component as well, and I'm not sure what that is yet, but the miracle component will accompany it. But the actual Black Swan, the trigger for it, I can see something clearly that will happen, and that's only days away. I'd love to say more, but it might be a case of once things have happened and then we get to look back, you'll be able to clearly see that the things I was leaving, the Easter eggs I was leaving for you to figure it out. I hope that's fair. But it's coming, folks. It's coming. It's so close now. Oh, we've got 39 in the chat. There you go. 39 Brand. 39 Angel. 39 in the life of Chuck. 183 is redistribution, so wealth redistribution. We got 40 now, thumbs up. 40 is RV US. There you go. So yeah, we're super duper close, folks. Really, really close, which is wonderful. Which is a wonderful, wonderful thing to behold. That's something to look forward to. Are we there yet? That's what my sister would always say. The world is a stage. It is. It's a stage, and if you can figure out things as well, what they do is they do put bluffs in. I've seen that. They put redirections in, but once things have happened, you can trace the steps back and see what it is. There you go. But there's something that is, yeah, there's something that's clear, and a lot of work has been put into it as well. Interesting. I don't know her. Yeah. What was 269? I just saw 269 pop up. Yeah, everything gets flushed out. Remember I said about 2 + 6 = 9. Okay. I said the other day about sinkholes, and then 10 days later a sinkhole appeared. That'll be the first of many. You have to show the world the truth of what's gone on. Hey Rubitsu, thank you for your £20 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hi Diane, tell us more about the convergence on October 14th, 15th. Yeah, we're within touching distance now, folks. Where's DIA? What's that? Yeah, it does actually. That's a good question, Josh. Yes, it does. It ties in with the thing I'm talking about, but I don't want to blow it. But yeah, It's 2 and then 10, isn't it? That's what it is. 2 and 10. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, there'll be one under there. Ah, so this is one that came that I can share with you. So over the last few weeks, I've been sharing places where some of these dumbs are. And this came to me a few days ago, actually. It came into my mind that there's a place in England called Box Hill, which is down in Surrey, I think it is. And there's a little airfield down there. Actually, when I interviewed Michael Gambon, he talked about how he would fly out of there, do his circuit and bump. So he was doing his aeroplane learning. And Michael's a brilliant guy. He was very generous with me. And he's an important person in the timeline. Yeah, he's an important person in the timeline. And so is my friend Checkmate. She's an important one in the timeline as well, which I'll share at some point. Yeah, so Box Hill. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, I reckon there's got to be something under there, some kind of dumb. Anyway, I had a lovely dinner with my friend Susie this afternoon, and she brought up the subject of Box Hill, and she said she's been under there, and there are like there's bunker stuff under there, so she saw things under there, so she was witness to. They've got all kinds of industrial things and like a complex underneath Box Hill. So that came to me independently, and then I had a friend in real time that confirmed she'd physically been there before. I don't know how far down it was. I don't think it was too far down, but what had happened is she knew someone that they had all kinds of things under there, but then they were going to rent it out, the top part of it, I guess, underground, to make mushrooms, to be like a mushroom farm or something like that. So it's very interesting. Makes me think of Layer Cake. Michael was in that film, Layer Cake. Box Hill wasn't in that, but they were growing like cannabis in like hangers, I guess, with the lights on all the time. So, but that was interesting. So yeah, there's dumbs everywhere. And that's going to be a big part of the storm, that we're going to find that out. We're going to be shown that. The world's going to be shown that. And I would suspect that pretty much the map above is what's below. So if something is a big, busy, built-up metropolis, you're going to see things in those areas, and then even the roads and tunnel networks, or road or rail systems that connect places. I think that's almost the marker for the tunnels. And I think there'll be some big remote ones that we don't even know about, hidden cities and things like that. That's referred to in Tenet with Starsky 12 in Ukraine. But all along these areas that is built up on the surface, I think we're going to see a flip underneath, and there will be dumbs, and I think they're going to show a lot of those key places. So yeah, hold on to your hats, folks. Hold on to your hats. It's coming. It's very close. It's very, very close. Sports arenas, shopping malls, government buildings, airports, transport places, cities, all kinds of, all these places where people congregate is where they're gonna, I believe that's where most of them are. And I said this not long ago, but it's worth repeating, that the whole thing of missing people and children, I've wondered how they've got away with it for so many years. A lot of it, I think, is misdirection, black magic, spellbinding, but also there's cloning facilities underneath the ground, and so I think sometimes they've been taking, a lot of the time they've been taking the real humans, taking them, swapping them out, and then bringing them back up, and that's how you get away with, that's like another form of central casting. Central casting, cloning, has been used to replace bad actors. It's also used to protect good actors, and it's also a way that they've been getting away with trafficking, so people didn't know what had gone on. Yeah, Murdoch Press. So in Back to the Future, they talk about Maxwell House, You notice that there's Maxwell House in the coffee is in the kitchen in the first Back to the Future. Hey Alex, yeah, they've been swapping them out. That's what it feels like to me, because you would think if 22,000 children go missing, I've never heard where they say that globally, but let's say it's globally, that's still thousands of children every day. So how come people haven't noticed? But if they were to clone people, which we're seeing more and more evidence of that, Prince Andrew, apparently clones don't sweat. Prince Andrew didn't sweat. And he went for a Pizza Express in Woking. Woking's one of the key places. It's not the only one, but it's one of them. Where's Wuhan connected? Wuhan and Manchester are connected by their twin cities. Why on earth is Wuhan connected to Manchester? The word Manchester is 106 in numbers. 106 comes to network. What network? The tunnel network, the underground network. Old Trafford, Manchester United. 119. 119 is the A word. I think Chrome, Google browser, you know. There's all that stuff. And it's about to come out now. It's about to come out. And YouTube, you can't keep censoring what I'm saying. You've already self-confessed to censoring all of us lots, so, you know, you can knock it on the head now. Was it okay? So was it Friday she did the comms with the dress, with the clothing? And who was it that stopped to put all the executive orders against human trafficking in the first administration? It was President Trump, and it was Ivanka. They're the only politicians that have been against it. I mean, Putin now is coming up with stuff in alignment with that. But it was President Trump and Ivanka that were the first ones to actually actively go against this and stop it. So we're going to see a lot of things. The world is going to be woken up very soon, folks. And a black swan is imminent, and I believe that will be the thing that triggers the storm. And yeah, we could well have blackout necessary. We could have military. Military is 107, which is also quantum. Yeah, he was. Yeah. So the new Putin 2.0. But we know the 2.0 has been working with President Trump for a long time. So, and like I say as well, probably the original Putin was what we think, but the 2.0. But central casting is also, like I said, there are some, they swap out bad actors, put in ones that are controlled. But there are good ones, I think, as well, for protection, you know. It minimises risk. And also helps us lot that are awake understand this whole thing of what central casting is. Central casting in numbers is 146, the trumpet, Truth Social. The universe, is the universe all central casting? Is the universe completely AI? AI has got a bit of a bad rap, but the more you look into it, if your intentions are good, it's an amazing thing. It's crossing that bridge between what we think is real and what actually is real. And they're saving Israel for last, aren't they? No pun intended. Okay, nice one, Diane. Yeah. Can you say that one about the fire in Wiltshire? I missed that. Bring that one up again, if you could. Yeah. And also, can you hit the oh, thank you. Thanks, Sherry. Hit the hype button if you can. That will help. We were on a great trajectory a couple of weeks ago. We were really growing again, and then all of a sudden it seems to put a spanner in the works again. But let's get to big earthquake happening. Don't know, but there's one thing that was interesting in the life of Chuck. I'd encourage you to watch it if you can on like streaming. They talked about a volcano in Germany. They talked about DUMBs. They talked about California. Or say DUMBs. They talked about sinkholes. They talked about an internet blackout, emergency broadcast, the timeline of the Earth, and they also talked about a volcano in Germany. So I don't have a reference point for that other than that, but who knows, there might be some real surprises that come up during all of this. Yeah, he's 2.0. So I've said this before, but I'll remind you so about Starmer. There's here in the town, there's a couple of signs, and they say Kia exit route, and they've been up for well over a year. And so I was like, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, of course. I've done tweets on it as well, so you can go back through my timeline. Kia exit route. It's spelt differently. So however he spelled it, is he K-I-E-R or K-E-I-R? Whichever one he is, it's the other version. But it's clear there. Watch the signs. Literally, the road signs are telling you Kia's the exit route. He's the one they've used to make pushing them to the brink to wake them up. Interesting, yeah. The NFL's on. 2 Kias, 2.0. There you go. Yeah. So, but yeah, these next few days, folks, are really massive. Massive is 88 Trump, purple 88, Scotland 88, 88 miles per hour. You have to hit 88 miles per hour to time travel. And who'd have thought COVID happened? But let's cast our minds back. It did happen. And now we're getting all the comms that the storm's about to happen. And so the storm is about to happen. That will happen. It has happened in a future timeline, and it's about to meet us. So it's right there. I believe so, yeah. I believe so, Dolphin. Yeah, I believe so. And even if we're in the middle of a storm then that's a good thing, you know. And the thing is, look at how COVID could have been. COVID could have been far, far worse. I actually think COVID was a really amazing thing. Personally, it was. I mean, it was inconvenient. It was inconvenient for people. And I know there's casualties in it. I'm not saying there's not. But if it was the other way, we'd have all been locked up and exterminated by now. I would have been. And that's the one thing I was prepared to have. I was prepared for that when I first did my video, because I didn't know what was. The numbers were coming to me, but I didn't even know what Q was. But I discovered that independently on my own, about 17 Q and the alphabet and numbers, and then realized there were Q drops weeks later. But I remember being prepared. It's like, oh, this is the big one. I've got to start speaking out. So I did, and then I found other people with similar mindsets that I connected with, and I guess the rest is history from there. But yeah, COVID happened. So so going back to it, yeah. So if we're even if we're in a storm, then that will be a good thing, because it's the healing process. It's the thing that needs to take place. But like I said before, I believe we're literally just days away now, folks. We're days away, and there will be an event, in my opinion, of the things they put in the movies, in newspapers, in the numbers. I think that thing with the calendar, I think once everything goes, I think there'll be, you know, when President Trump did all those executive orders and there were surprises in there. Imagine the storm kind of, in terms of surprises, are probably 100-fold. So there'll be all kinds of other things that they are able to complete, announce, bring into being. But yeah, if the calendar's off, which a lot of people say it is, then I'm sure that will get rectified then as well. Interesting enough, October 26th is the date that the calendars, the clocks go back. But we might see something before then. Hold on to your hats, folks. So yeah. Anyway, all right, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Those of you who are my local subscribers, there's a new video up there. Go and check that out. And if you're not a subscriber, you can get the first few minutes as well. So if you want to watch some more content, just click the link below. It's in the description, and you can do that. So cool. All right, folks. Lots of love. We got 138 thumbs up. That's Donald Trump. That's also XDC plus XLM plus XRP, which is revaluation 138. Now we've got 142, which is I am Nikola Tesla, which is 42, and they say that 42 is the answer to the universe. Now it's 143, which is Melania Trump, Paul Bushnell, the Tesseract, the president. There you go. Ground zero, building 7. Cool. Lots of love, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. You take care. Bye.